Hi everyone, my name's Lily and I'm the book blogger behind Utopia State of Mind, and I'm going to be sharing another anticipated trans books releases for the Trans Rights Readathon. I know that I said I was going to post every day of the week, and that has not happened. So instead, we're just going to pretend like that day in between did not exist. And I'm just going to share with you some other books I'm excited for that are coming out, I feel like, later than in the other one. I feel like in the other one, I had a lot of ones which were coming out really soon, but I didn't really have, or recent releases. But these ones are all coming out further in advance. The first one is Godly Heathens. I'm currently listening to the audiobook of The Witch King, and The Witch King and Godly Heathens were written by the same author, which is how it came up on my TBR. Godly Heathens is a fantasy series starter. And I'm just looking at the synopsis right now. It's a lot for the synopsis. I'm not going to read all of them, so I'll have the links down below. But basically, I love the cover so much for Godly Heathens. I've also seen people who are reading it for the Trans Rights Readathon, and they said that it was really good. So I'm very excited. I'm only about like 30 to 40% through The Witch King, but I really do like it so far. So I'm hoping that I will really enjoy Godly Heathens. And if I have time, I do want to try to listen to the sequel to The Witch King, which may be called The Fae Keeper. I don't know. So those are all my feelings basically about that. For a quick kind of just synopsis, I guess, of Godly Heathens, features a non-binary main character, and I think like are the gods coming to life? They're attacked by a stranger claiming to be the goddess of death. There's a lot more in the synopsis, but that's like the one sentence I will give you. The next one is The Free People's Village, and this is actually written by the author Sim Karn. Sim is the one who had the idea for the Trans Rights Readathon, so this is extra special to me. It comes out... Actually, the Goodreads synopsis does not say when it comes out, but I'm very excited for it because the idea came from the same mind. And I haven't read actually anything by Sim before, so this is also intriguing. And I didn't even know Sim was an author. Like, all of this, just so many new experiences and information. Basically, the cover is also really fun. The Free People's Village is basically just, it's described as a eat the rich climate fiction you won't want to put down. So definitely something I'm very excited for. It features an alternate 2020 timeline, so I'm really excited for it. I was also approved on Netgalley for both The Free People's Village and also Godly Heathens, so I'm excited to start both of these, and I definitely wanted to mention that. The next one is called Transmogrify. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's basically Transmogrify, 14 Fantastical Tales of Trans Magic. So it's an anthology, and it features, I'm trying to look at all the names it features, but if you've read or if you've seen other of my video content for this week, you will recognize a lot of authors in this anthology list, like A.R. Capetta and Corey McCarthy, Mason Deaver, Emery Lee, just a bunch of other authors that I'm excited to read. And so these are basically a fantasy anthology featuring trans and gender non-conforming stories and characters. So I'm super excited for this one. I think that I requested this one, but I'm not sure if I will be approved. That's just the way it goes. But anyway, I'm really excited for Transmogrify, and it comes out in May, by the way. So some of these are kind of May releases, and some of these are later on. For example, I know that Godly Heathens is in the fall, I think October, and so Transmogrify is in May. The next one is The Manor House Governess, which I already just got, like, I think this week. Approved for on Netgalley. I had seen this, I think maybe in a video that Sim had done about books on Netgalley. And this is supposed to be kind of like a gothic, horror, gothic atmosphere, kind of adult fiction book. So basically, it's a spirited debut, it pays homage to the British classics with a gender-fluid protagonist and 21st century twist. So I'm excited for this one. I have no idea at all about it. I want to say that I thought that it was a debut, but I could be wrong. Oh, wait, I read debut in this one, so I'm excited for it. Also, based on the cover, I'm also really intrigued because I didn't know anything about this author or anything about this even premise until I saw that video from Sim. So I don't read a lot of necessarily adult fiction, but I am intrigued by it, especially with the gothic, like British classic twist or guess. And the next one is Court of Undying Seasons by A.M. Strickland. This features a demi-girl as the main character. I am so excited for this one because I really liked Beyond the Black Door, I think, and Into the Ravenous Dark. Also, these were written by A.M. Strickland. Both of them feature queer representation, but I'm really excited for Court of Undying Seasons because it has vampires. So I'm kind of in the middle of my vampire renaissance, and so I'm very excited for this one. And A.M. Strickland is kind of an author that I'm always trying to see what is coming next. And it's also, I see this blurb from Hannah Witten. Hannah Witten is the author of For the Wolf, For the Throne, and The Foxglove King. So just many, many reasons why I'm excited for Court of Undying Seasons. It comes out in May as well. The next one is Bianca Torre is Afraid of Everything. That comes out really, really soon. Like, I think by this point in like a week or two, basically. I definitely wanted to mention, I can't remember if I did mention it in another video, but I wanted to mention it again. Bianca Torre is Afraid of Everything, as well as Skating on Mars and Jude Saves the World are all upcoming books. I know that Jude Saves the World and Skating on Mars are kind of May releases, and Bianca Torre is the earliest of those three that I mentioned. I did a panel for Queer Kidlit, and all three of those authors were there, so definitely would recommend checking out that panel. I'll leave the link below, and all three of those are so fantastic. I'm pretty sure that I've talked about all of them in the past, but I wanted to reiterate my praise, especially. The next one that I want to mention is Under and Santi Were Here. That is definitely one that I really, really enjoyed. You will also have seen my mini review already. It goes without saying that it's an anticipated release. It comes out, I think, in May. So you have some time for that one as well. But I wanted to make sure that I remembered it. I know that this whole week I've talked about books that are like recent releases, upcoming books, backlist books, kind of all mishmashed together in videos where I've mentioned all of these multiple times. So it's been kind of one of those things where it's like if I planned it out better in advance, then things would be more cohesive. But instead, I decided basically on Monday to try to do a video a day, and this is what happens. The next one that I want to talk about is A Shot in the Dark. A Shot in the Dark is written by Victoria Lee. Victoria Lee is a non-binary author, and I think A Shot in the Dark also has... I was trying to find this out because I'm pretty sure I saw this online somewhere. Like, I think that A Shot in the Dark has a trans side character. Yeah. So I just checked it on Goodreads. Shot in the Dark also features a character who is transgender. I'm not exactly sure if it's like dual POV or not. The character who is transgender is the kind of like love interest character in A Shot in the Dark, which is Victoria's romance debut. So as I said, since I'm not sure if it's dual perspective, I don't know if it's like a main character or a side character, but I'm very excited for A Shot in the Dark. Victoria Lee is an auto-buy author. I know that I've mentioned A Lesson in Vengeance and The Fever King before, so know that I'm very excited for this adult debut. And by the way, I just want to say a little bit about what A Shot in the Dark is about. It is a romance novel about two people finding love after struggling with addiction. Basically, the main character goes out and ends up spending the night with a mysterious stranger who ends up being her photography professor. So definitely recommend that one. And the last one I wanted to talk about is The Luis Ortega Survival Club, written by Sonora Reyes. Sonora also is in the Transmogrify short story anthology, and the Luis Ortega Survival Club is an upcoming release for May. Sonora wrote The Lesbiana's Guide to Catholic School. I think that's the full title, which I absolutely loved. Everyone had been hyping it up, and the hype is 100% real for that book. So I'm so excited for the Luis Ortega Survival Club, not only because the cover is just so fabulous, but also It features an autistic main character. Ariana is assaulted at a party and then joins a group of unlikely students who are determined to expose Louis for the predator he is. So also very excited for this one, and because it comes from Sonora Reyes, who I really love that other book, I'm very excited. You know when you read a book from an author and you're like, you are going to become one of my favorites? That is definitely how I felt after reading the Lesbiana Guide to Catholic School. The characters in that were just so complex and I really enjoyed it. So that concludes this list of upcoming releases that would fit into the trans rights readathon and also trans and non-binary authored books for the rest of the year. Well, not the rest of the year. There are obviously many other books that are going to be releasing, but these are at least the ones that I have in my mind, and also I'm waiting for Netgalley approvals for the ones that I don't have yet. I think that it's important to reiterate the fact that we're going to continue this momentum of reading trans and non-binary authors for the future throughout the rest of the year. So these upcoming release videos are definitely a kind of sign of my commitment to that, and these are the books that I hope to read for the rest of the year in the future for that commitment. And I hope that you have a really great rest of your day. Where I'm excited to film the wrap up, to film and also to edit the vlog footage. I know that at the beginning I talked a little bit about that I was going to do a vlog of my reading experiences for this, and the vlog is going to be all over the place. I've been filming clips, but mostly they're reading updates. They're not really that many clips of my life, just because I'm really bad at filming those. So anyway, thank you so far for coming along on this journey for this week, which has been a very extraordinary week in a lot of ways. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one in our wrap-ups and everything. And I hope you have a really great rest of your day. Bye.